Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, Miss Areti. Now we are from Group 2 from class 04 SIGK 002. Now we are going to present the materials that we has chosen from the article journal, and the title is Indirect Speech by Jokowi. Before we are going to present, let us introduce ourselves. First, I am Zulfa Khairunisa.
My name is Rabita Halula Kamal.
My name is Indah Permata Syari.
And my name is Nurul Fadila.
Okay, now let's begin the presentation. And please, the next slide. First, we will explain about the introduction. First, the background of the topic. The research tries to analyze the use of indirect speech by Jokowi, or as we know, as he is the seventh President of Republik Indonesia. And this study will specifically examine the indirect speech used by President Joko Widodo in his official state speech. Okay, and next slide.
And the next is speech acts. Speech acts are basically acts of communication, and there are two forms of speech acts that are widely known: direct and indirect speech acts. And in this paper, we'll limit the analysis only about the indirect one. In general, indirect speech acts are the actions of the speaker conveyed implicitly to his hearer. It's understood that one doesn't always say the name as what he means. A speaker can mean very different, even contrary to what he says. The next slide, please.
State the objective of the research. The objective of this research is to analyze the forms and intentions of the indirect speech acts used by President Jokowi in his state address, and to reveal the message or communicative purpose he aims to convey to the audience through utterances using a pragmatic approach. Next slide, please.
And here we are use a method and the study is a qualitative descriptive method to analyze indirect speech act in President Jokowi's state addresses. The primary data are taken from the president's speeches, while supporting data come from books and other references. The research speech include recording the speech, classifying indirect utterance, analyzing them, and interpreting the intended meanings of those utterances. The goal is to understand how the president conveys meaning indirectly in a formal state context. Next slide, please.
So that's our discussion about the data number 1. Utterance aspek strategis. Kedua adalah perombakan manajemen anggaran pembangunan Berulang kali telah saya sampaikan bahwa kita harus meninggalkan paradigma lama, yaitu paradigma anggaran dibagi rata. And the translation is, the second strategic aspect is the reshuffle of budget management. In development, I have repeatedly pointed out that we must leave the old programs which is dividing the budget equality. So the analysis of the utterance is excerpted from President Joko Widodo's state address delivered on August 19th, 2016, 2016 during the 71 Indonesian Independence Day commemorations. In this speech, he emphasized the need for change in development budget management. The phrase dividing the budget equally is an example on indirect speech, referring to the out, out, referring to the budget equally an example of indirect speech, referring to the outdated and inefficient budgeting method that tends to prioritize misuse of development funds. Jokowi indirectly conveys disapproval toward the system that allows such practice. This indirect speech enables him to address the issue diplomatically while urging reform without directly blaming specific individuals. Next slide.
And the next, there is data, the second data. There is utterance. Begitu pula tradisi lama penggunaan kalimat-kalimat bersayap pada nomenklatur penyusunan anggaran harus ditinggalkan karena berujung pada tidak efisiennya penggunaan dana pembangunan. Or in translation, similarly, the old tradition of using winged sentences on budget nomenclature should be abandoned since it leads to inefficient use of development funds. In this sentence, Jokowi is not speaking directly. Instead of clearly saying that some budget terms are being used, he used the phrase like kalimat-kalimat bersayap, or in English, use winged sentence. Is referred to the additional terms applied by the responsible parties in a budget management with the purpose of personal gain. President Jokowi used indirect speech in order to make his speech more polite because it's spoken in formal situations. The next slide, please.
And then the data of the third data 003. The utterance harus diingat bahwa kodrat bangsa Indonesia adalah kodrat keberagaman. Takdir Tuhan untuk kita adalah keberagaman. Dari Sabang sampai Merauke adalah keberagaman. And the translation, it must be remembered that the nature of Indonesia is diverse. God is diversity. From Sabang to Merauke, we are diverse. From the explanation, it is the utterance is from Jokowi's speech during Pancasila Day, June 1st, 2017. And in the context, we need to see that was the first time the government held a flag ceremony to celebrate Pancasila Day. And also, from this, it means that President Jokowi wants us to remember that Indonesia is the diversity. And through this utterance, Jokowi wants to convey the message that Indonesian people should respect each other, and we also can interpret as we shouldn't disrespect others who have different tribes, race, or religion. And next slide, please. Suaranya, sorry, the
Yes, here we are. There's a last data, is fourth data. Here's the utterance is kebesaran kita sebagai bangsa akan punah, akan digulung oleh arus sejarah. In translation is our greatness as a nation will be extinct, will be swept away by the tides of history. In the meaning here is Indonesia as a nation will cease to exist if we do not uphold our ideology and constitution. And from of an indirect speech act is a subtle warning expressed implicitly, not stated directly. And then the next slide, please. Here there's a conclusion. Jokowi used indirect speech act in his formal speech to maintain politeness and linguistic etiquette in a formal situation. And then, although he is known as a straightforward figure, in his state address he chooses an indirect style so that his message remains strong without being offensive. And then the last is the use of indirect language also reduces the potential for conflict and engages the persuasive power of conveying important messages. I think that's all for the conclusion. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.